Okay, so now we start the opening theory. With that 8 problems, I'm going to share about 4. Okay, I will give you some more time later, but let's grab the first one. The opening part is the part that changes since AlphaGo. So therefore we need to update our knowledge and get some new ideas. And this is like a brand new idea that I can share. I'd like to play. So where did you mark?
Column 7, fifth from the bottom.
From the bottom. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Like this. Okay, jump. Okay, good. So you want to do something on the lower side. Okay, so jump. Or anything else? I mean, of course, there should be other options.
2 space above S, not white.
Cheating. This is one of my stuff. Okay. So it's very important. If you already have an idea, you cannot take it out from your brain, and you will use it. Okay, but anyway, this one. Agree? It looks like the middle of nowhere, right? So this is pro's game, and the professional player played here. Okay, maybe he just rolled. Okay. Anyway, so when you see this kind of move, then you cannot make some, organized feeling or find some theory to find this one, right? But I would like to give this theory to you today. Okay, let's play here. This guy also had probably the same idea that he wants to focus on this lower side. Definitely this is the most important area than other places. But if black jumps, then white can easily enter. White wouldn't probably enter this much, but maybe around here, somewhere around this line. So even if black takes this one, I can escape and try to save. Then black gonna have only this much territory, which doesn't look like enough points, is it? So maybe black should play like this one to attack. Maybe black can, but it's risky. Okay? This professional player thought that to attack this kind of group isn't easy, so he decided not to do. So instead of this one, black could have chosen this option, right? Because it's like guaranteed option. But since AlphaGo, we have this 3-3 invasion. And after 3-3 invasion, we have this nice wall. So from this nice wall to extend only the 4th line doesn't seem enough, is it? Okay, but not right like this, is it? So when I see cross games, and I check some examples with AI programs, then I find one theory that when you just don't care about this nice potential or nice wall, then this is the perfect place, right? If black plays here, then it's a bit not balanced, right? Because it's only 2 lines and it's 5, right? So 3, 4, this looks like the right distance, right? So from that point, if you can find, if your intuition can detect this move, then you should fly 2 lines above. That is the theory. Strange, right? But I will give you more example later. Because the 4th line, if you just turn the 4th line, your opponent can come from above, then you can only make the territory like below 4th line. Okay? So 4th line territory or 3rd, then this isn't enough when you have nice potential like that. So you need to go above. Then 6th line is like the new standard. Let me show you one more example. There is a pattern that white exchanges. So give the point in the corner, but white has thickness on the lower side like that. So just maybe like this. White to play. If white doesn't play for the lower side, then black may enter like this, or maybe shoulder to erase this. So this white wall cannot be used. So what wants to add a move here? Where would you add it? Where does it look like the right place if you put the stone on the 4th line?
The left of the star.
Yeah. Is this right? Too close to this wall. This one and then too far. So this is the right move, right? Right distance. Then fly. You can check with the AI program because it's quite easy case. Okay? Then this is like a blue spot. The only play human. Come on. It looks like a perfect spot. Why don't you play like this? So I'm pretty sure the professional players, they check many of those kind of examples. And they are applying this in their games. Okay? Because fourth line, to get the third line territory isn't good. This is like the new concept. In the past, people play shoulder. We still use this shoulder. And when this happens, who's better? Black is better, is it? Because white can make only the second line territory. But what if this happens? Black plays, let's say, this one, like here, and white makes the point on the third line. Then is it good for black or white? Before 2016, when we see this kind of third line territory, we felt that, oh, this is good for white because white got the third line territory. But since that game, especially the second game, the theory has changed it. You know, the famous shape. Instead of play here, and where did AlphaGo play? This one. And people got shocked at the time. Wow, no way, fixed line shoulder. Because at the time we had the fixed idea. If black plays here to give this third line territory, it must be good for white. So white black exchanges and make this as a secure territory. That was the idea before. But even later in that game, he couldn't play this one because he thought that it's like damaged move. So that's why he pushed to this direction. Maybe during the game he felt that, oh, possible like this. Okay. So if you play on the fourth line, your opponent can come from the sixth line to press it down. That's why you should go above if you have enough thickness. Then the sixth line is like the standard. Okay. This game also I directly imported from cross game. The white player, it was Lee Chang-ho, you know, one of the you guess where he played. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere. White wants to erase this area. White enters. Catch, kick, extend. Then, if your opponent is Lee Chang-ho, you should just resign. But black and cap like this. Because black can increase this area hardly, and white is so weak, right? So I wouldn't enter like this. So instead of this one, what if I place this? So okay, lower side is fixed. I want to erase the lower side. Then how would black answer? Would you be more brave? Okay. Even though your opponent is Lee Chang-ho, still you would play something like like this. Why not? Then white can maybe do, your legendary Lee Chang-ho would try something where you would just boop, and make a big territory and okay. This area is getting bigger. Okay. So instead of this one, he played here in the game. Which line is this? 6, 7, 6. Okay. The reason why he played the 6th line move is because, oh, what is that? I answer. Then one can approach. Level touches, extend. Perfect. So eventually it's like this, and I need to cap up left place this slack move, so let me jump. Therefore, left place this one, let's say. Okay, I block this. And I can play short. So I can erase this. Perfect. So nowadays, this kind of 6th line move comes because people don't worry much about entering, because you can look for this as vi. Okay. And even if your opponent answers, when you play on the 6th line, your opponent answers to the 4th line, that's okay. That is okay. This is one of the biggest changes. There was one game, there was something like this, something like that. White plate, attach, black hand. White attach, blah, 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 okay? It happened. So I was, I really like this kind of touching moves. So I checked that, oh, okay, looks great. But let me check with AI program. What would AI program would say in this position? It was not exactly like this, but then AI suggests something weird. Let me ask one question. What wants to enter this area? So white attaches, for instance. Then black answers it. Extend, and I push. And black can press it down like this. And then here a knight move to press it down, so what would stop in this area? Okay. Instead, if I, let's say, well, attach it and move it directly, like try to do something, then black and Atari connect. So after push, black extend, so black gonna have nice territory on the lower side. So instead of this one, what AI suggested was this. Middle of nowhere, yes. But there is an organized way to make it. So your opponent just plays here. You would first laugh, okay, and then respond. How would you respond? And let's say black answers. You just give me the territory. Then white attach it. Okay. So it is like this. Black connects, let's say, white connects it. Black wouldn't play here. Black white jumped. Okay? Black would play like this. Okay? So I press this. So what if black plays this one? Just like this? Boring.
Touch?
Yeah, touch. I cannot touch. Here, extend, here, and push. Just flip the idea from the earth to the sky or sky to the earth. Like this. So this sixth line. Okay. So you shouldn't afraid entering your opponent's area with the sixth line. The reason why you should afraid is like giving the territory. Oh, my opponent gonna make points. But okay, you can give it the third line territory. Let me give you one last example. This was the game. Okay, this was the game. White had a stone like this. Okay. You're white. How would you do something against this wall? This is also Pro's game, only this part. What wants to enter, of course, is it? If I can enter here to somewhere in between and save it, then it would be great. But black on a cover, then white still cannot touch, exchange like this. But push inside. But to survive here inside must be tough. Okay. Black even have some more strength here. It was the center is here is head key, but black has this. Quite tough. So not easy to enter. So if you just make a user approach, you maybe approach like this. Then black can really call, white attach and extend. Then, oh, this is too big. So you have a dilemma. So how to break that dilemma? And this one, professional player played, and also AI program suggests this. Attach is a one good option, that's quite, often played move in those games. Then let's say black would play Hane to this direction to increase it. But even if this happens, Atari answer connect, then it's too big. So we are in the middle. The move what white played was this one. Knight move approach. But this, you feel that it's like a random move, but it is not. This is what I'm talking. It is not the random move. Because if sixth line again. So what if black plays here? Then one cannot touch. Hane. Connect. Connect. Perfect. Isn't it? The same. Black should answer. Where would you play? Okay. This one. Extend. Here. And nice. This one is possible. So they are in the middle. Black answers, white attaches. Black answers, white attaches. Okay. So sixth line, if you are not aware, afraid of your opponent's fourth line territory, you're ready to play. But I know that you will play strange moves tomorrow because I already have an experience. I made this as a lecture and people got really, fascinated. Wow, I want to do it, and then they played some legendary moves. Anyway, but you get the idea. To play on the sixth line, to enter opponent's area, to give the fourth line move, to give the third line territory is okay. This is the thing. Okay, so sixth line is like a new standard. Okay. One day, after like 5 years, you just play this move and like pattern. Like nobody plays 3-3, but nowadays all of you play. And this, oh, standard. I got it already 5 years ago. Okay. Okay, let's move to the second one. Then choose your move. Yeah. Shoulder is good. Or extend. Nice. Good. Okay. Or six line. Is it? No, then. Okay. because it's too thin. So in this case now, if it was like this case, the black has nice wall, like the case before I showed, black has this case, black has nice connection, then I think it's reasonable to play like this, because it's difficult to enter. It's reasonable. Okay. Not here, but here, 2 lines of wall. Okay. But not in this case. Anyone who wants to try this? Yep.
Well, I played in the middle of the left one, actually.
Start point.
Yes.
Start point. Okay. So when you enter opponent's area, you better enter to the 3rd line to get stabilized here. Check with 2 space extensions. Okay. If your white comes in, it's a bit unstable. But anyway, okay. Good move, big move, big move, big move. But big moves are wrong. Because there is a bigger than big move. The right move is this. That tiny area, the 2nd line. Because in case black plays this one, white's group is not perfectly safe. Because later, okay, this is black plays this answer. Then however is empty. White need an extra move. In case white doesn't, the same thing. Everybody can, right? So here, this is the way. So this is like the fixed life and death that you need to memorize it. Okay? So that is working. So it means that white is not completely safe. So black can use some center moves at the outside. Therefore, it makes this white group unstable. So this move is connected to white's life and death. And also, in case white plays high, white is safe. Okay? And white can aim black's weakness. Cutting point, left point. So this kind of moves, which are connected to you or your opponent's life and death, then it is bigger than just any big point. And the next one, the right move, what black played in the game, in pro's game, is this one. This is bigger than any other places. Because in case black plays this one, white's group is not perfectly okay because it has only 1 eye. Okay? Therefore, white's group gets weaker. Then there is a domino effect. If the white group gets weaker, then black group becomes stronger. Because what is the definition of weakness or strength? Often it is connected to the next one. Okay? So if white's group gets weaker, then black's group gets stronger as well. Okay? So after black plays here, black's this group gets stronger, but white is not. The 2. But in case black plays like any other big moves, is it? Let's say here, black plays big. So white gonna play this harder, and white is completely safe. Black is weak, and this gets weaker. Even after this pip isn't center, since white's group is safe. So if it is not center, white is not safe, like this. So this is urgent. Okay, so the 2nd and 3rd examples are connected. These are about the urgent points. Urgent points are bigger than big points. Okay. We should only check this point because this is the most important part. Black to play. You need to play somewhere around here. If you choose other options, then sorry, it's wrong. Here. Okay. When I play a game, I face sometimes this kind of situation. This kind of situation means that my opponent can play 1 additional move, which can complete the territory. After white plays here, it's difficult to enter anymore. Okay? Therefore, in this kind of moment, it's an urgent moment that you need to make an action. So you could just extend to reduce it. But what you can make is as complete territory. Therefore, black need to enter. Black need to enter right away. Okay? So when you enter opponent's area, you have 2 ways to save the group. Okay? Black enters. How can black save this group? First, make 2 eyes. Is it? Second, escape. Is it? But third, yes, kill white. Kill everything, then yes, you can. This case, the sky is open. Is it? When the sky is open, this is like the last chance for you entering the area. Because when you enter, let's say black attaches, white plays here and extend. Black has 2 options to save this group. Either look for saving the group inside or escape. If you have only one option, you enter opponent's area and you must make two eyes, then this is tough in most of the cases. Or you must only escape. This is also tough. So you need to have both the options alive. So before the sky gets closed, you need to enter. This is like the last moment to enter. So if black enters this and extends, then we need an answer, right? Otherwise it's kind of so painful. And then black can play like this one. Then black is out. Black can fly away. So this option is alive. If white Sakari was here, then white would have played like this one. Because even if you play this, you cannot save it like that. But because this option is alive, I need to play an extra move for blocking that area, and black can play hard underneath and go like this, and black can look for saving. Okay? So two options, not three, kill, yes, but in general, two options should be alive. I want to enter opponent's area, but I'm afraid. I don't want to enter because I could die. True, but your opponent also has a risk. What if you save? Then your opponent doesn't have anything, right? So you should take more confidence, but always check. If I enter, would I have two that options alive? Whether I save with two eyes or escape. If both are alive, then you still have chance to enter. Otherwise, way more difficult. Okay? So you need to catch that moment to enter this area. Okay? Here. And the next one, this case, also here. Because the sky is still widely open. Therefore, when you enter, for instance, you want to enter, how would you enter this area? It's tough though. Would you dare to enter this much, or you would just reduce? You can enter. So how to enter? Let's say black plays like this one. White may honey outside, so let you save. Then it's okay, you can look for saving later. But if I look here and say instead, I can kill everything like this. Can you save it? Maybe, maybe not, is it? But let's say black flies. I need to chase somehow like this. Is it? With leg attaches. I need to answer. And black plays this. Then while black is moving like this, how do you feel? Do you think that black can save? Like how many percentage would you give it? Black may save 50% or 20%, 80%. You may think that, black maybe can save this group because the sky is open. If it is closed, then it should be much tougher. So that's why it's the moment that black should enter. If black plays like easy move like this, then we'll play an extra move to surround it, and it's quite tough to do it. So you're afraid of entering opponent's area, then check that option. Is the sky open? Yes, then do it. Die, resign, but maybe you can survive. But there was one very interesting move. I didn't know this move, but I checked many cases and found very interesting move by AI. Here, black need to enter in this position. I was so surprised by this move, but I get used to it to see many cases. So now I'm really used to see this kind of stuff. What AI suggests is this one, attach. That option, especially when white is strong, this option is very useful. So let's say your opponent attaches here, then how would you answer? Strange, right? So, okay, what is this? Low. Then black cleanse. This one. If I blocks to protect the corner, then black and Atari. Black is much better situation for saving. Now black plays like this, then you think that it is possible for white to kill entirely without giving any core or something. Quite tough, because black shape is quite elastic. Therefore, after cleanse, what will white do? White will probably extend. Then black follows, like this. Then, you cannot just answer to give the corner, it's too big. So I need to come to this corner. Then black answers, Then, it looks black hand. is it? Because it turns to a case without this. Black attaches Hane and extend. Where should white play? White should go down. So black has only this option to save, which is not easy. If I push it here, oh, looks black and safe. But this is a bad exchange. Why? It's not a bad exchange because it still makes this possible. Why cannot play this Hane anyway? Black can cut. So this isn't really a bad exchange. It's just exchange it, which is not bad for black. So black can play this one. But here, attach. Quite interesting. So if I place Hane to play aggressively, then black attaches again. This machine really kills you, right? So if I goes down, then black follows. White plays Hane, black plays here. Then, oh, it turns to a case that black enters this. Then why need to block here? But oh, you block here. So black have a chance to push Hane. And you say that, oh, this is bad exchange. A bad exchange? Yes, but not a big deal because it doesn't bother with Hane. Isn't it? Okay. So this plan, after this, it's working. So this attach. I want to show this theory before the sky gets close, you need to enter because it's the last moment. But I also want to show this move. Quite interesting. You should think about this option to enter like this. Okay. And the last two. Okay. So why to play? Where? Is there anyone who wants to do?
Like below this the start point. But,
Oh, here. Good.
I'm guessing you're gonna go to up.
Yes, exactly. So you have some AI program, is it? Maybe in your computer. And check it, this example. Then you will see the blue, strong blue spot. No, of course this, not here, not here, but here. Okay, strange. Because this is the right spot. So AI and human has this common thing. We treat this line as the balanced right, but we don't know about this width. Okay? We know about this, but we didn't know about this. Okay? And then now AI program tells. So in pros games, that kind of stuff comes quite often nowadays. If you track on pros games, top pros games, then I'm sure that you found many strange flying moves. Okay? They are discovering this part. So this is the right one. Okay? So there is a theory I can give. Pick the right intuition, human intuition. If you cannot even get it, then study more. Find me. But if you find this, and you feel insufficient, this one, even though I have this much, let's go. It's too timid. Here. Like this. Okay. 2 lines of all. Opponent comes, kill. I don't know, but kill. You can kill. Okay? I will just cheer you up. Kill. But this one, okay. At least AI program says that this one, not any other places here. This is not the random move, I mean. Okay? It is very organized decision. But now you can see, you can guess this. I mean, after the first page. In the second page, oh, this. Amazing, isn't it? So lecture worked. So the last one, don't put the stone on the 6th line. It's not about that. Why need to play here against this black stone? So where should I play? This is the question. Let me give you just ABC. Okay, ABC. A, B, C. You must raise your hand, okay? I know that people just do like this, but no. Just raise your hand. A, raise your hand. 1. B, majority. C, only 5 people survived. A, okay. C, okay. B, wrong.
Oh.
That's why I brought this case. So, this 3-3 is overused. The people just treat, 3-3, go. But this one, I checked, before I come, with my updated new, like brand new laptop. that it is 7% down compared to other moves. 7%, nothing, 1 point. Don't care about it, but it's bad. Why is it bad? This is the case, we should check it. When there is a stone already on the side, you enter the corner, bad. Okay, this is the theory you should get. Because black gonna block here, and after this one, in general, white plays here. And after that, black plays elsewhere, let's say. What's the right continuation as white? Maybe here.
Diagonal.
No, diagonal. Okay? Just right after you play diagonal move, this turns as a weird position move because it is too narrow. Okay? So you cannot make a good connection here. Or black can even play double hammer like this. Then this is also quite awkward distance. If it was not here, white's turn, white should push like this. This is like too low. So when black push, then white need an answer, hane, answer, then this is like the wrong spot. Okay? So when there is a stone, here or here, doesn't matter, then you better not to enter the corner, but instead you should approach. Okay? So 3-3 is most cases okay, you can do, but you should check. If the stone is here, then you better not to enter. And if your opponent enters like that, don't block this side, but block here to let your opponent connect, because that would turn as awkward move, awkward distance move. Okay. And one more, the last. White approaches, let's say, black answers. White enters the corner. Black blocks it. Block. Connect. Knight. Black to play. Where should black play?
Honey on the white stone on the bottom.
Okay. Then white can push to look for cutting. This is an eye, is it? So you need to save this weakness. Then often block or block here. But if you block here, white gonna push, block, answer, then black need to answer, white goes here. That's not right. So black need to play this one to save this connection, to let white push, and then where should black go? We hane it, like this, is it? But there is a better move. Okay. Which is this one. Another 6th line. Okay. If I push, black plays here. So your stone is in the better place than this. Okay. And if I answer here, then you can block to get this area like this. Okay. So this is the right one. The 6th line is like everywhere. I made a mistake. This is not particularly my game, but the position came. I trained myself that I play against a professional player. Then I play this one and I extend, and it said, this is like the standard move. Since when? I didn't know. So, okay. Standard, okay, let's follow it. Like this. Okay. The 6th line is now opened. Okay? Before Goseigen, you know the legendary player, people played only the 3rd line moves. So when Goseigen played the star point or tengen, and people said, it's ridiculous. How can you play star point? 4th line, there's nothing. Only territory of the 3rd line. But now, even 5th and 6th line is unlocked. Okay? So try and make a mistake. You will learn from that mistake. Okay, so you can use this theory in tomorrow's games and play some weird moves. Make some more fun. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.